Next topic is finding the x and y intercepts of a function. So with number 23 of your SLO, again, the instruction is find x and y intercepts. Now, the shortcut that I taught to you in class is to always substitute 0 in for the opposite variable. All right, so if I want to know the x-intercept, I'm substituting 0 in for y. So see, that's what I'm thinking. That's how I personally memorize it. So here I'm going to put in x. Okay, so y-intercept, I'm going to put in 0 for x. X-intercept, I'm putting 0 in for y. So for number 23, I'm going to give you a function that looks like this. Okay, now if I plug 0 in for y, all right, so if I do that, I'm going to plug 0 in for y. And then I'm going to solve that for x. So then I get an equation which I can solve for x. Now, keep in mind, again, trying to bring, you don't have to write this as an ordered pair, okay, but keep in mind the x-intercept, right, in terms of an ordered pair, the y would be 0, okay? Now, if I write that same function over here, I'm going to find the y-intercept the same way by plugging 0 in for my x. So I'm going to, so 0 is x. I'm going to plug that in there. And now I have y equals -8 times 0. So I'm going to put that in parentheses to remind myself of the multiplication. And again, when it comes down to the final answer, in terms of an ordered pair, my x is 0. So it's over here. All right, so now if I want to solve this, I add 2. It's just a two-step. So I get this, and then I divide by -8. Okay, this is not -4. Make sure you get that correct. It's 2 divided by -8, so it's -1/4. Okay, so or -0.25 if you wanted to get it as a decimal. Just make sure you divide in the right order. Okay, so there is the x-intercept. Now the y-intercept, anything times 0 is 0, so I just have 0 minus 2. So then it's -2. And we should have known that since it's in slope-intercept form, the y-intercept is always the number on the end, right? We learned that from before. So technically we didn't even have to do the shortcut to realize that one, okay? But again, those are the two ordered pairs that would be on there. So if I wanted to see, give you a visual, again, you didn't have to do this either, but -1/4, 0 means I'm going to go to the left, -1/4, and then I'm not going to go anywhere on the y. So that would be this ordered pair. 0, -2, I mean, I'm not going to go anywhere on the x, okay, but I'm going to go down 2 on the y. So that would be that. Now, again, you didn't have to do the y-intercept shortcut for 23 because it was in slope-intercept form, but with 24, I'm going to give you a function in standard form, something along like this, -9x minus 6y equals -28. So this is standard form because the input and the output are on the same side. Right? Y is not by itself. So if I wanted to figure out the x-intercept real quickly, I'm going to do the same shortcuts. And I actually have to do the y-intercept this time because it's not in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to take the 0 and I'm going to plug it in for my y. Now what will happen is that that term would eliminate because 0 times anything is just 0. So the only thing I have on the left side is -9x. Okay, and now if I'm going to finish that in a second. Now if I take this 0 here, plug that in for the x, I have -9 times 0. That term would eliminate. And then the only thing I have left is -6y equals -28. Okay, for the same reason that this is 0 minus 6y. Now, divide. Okay. And again, I will accept just this here as an answer. You don't have to rewrite it as an ordered pair. Negative 28 divided by negative 9 is a positive 3.1 repeating. Okay. If you wanted to write it as an ordered pair, x is 3.1 repeating, and the y is 0. Here, remember this is the y-intercept, so y is going to be a positive as well, 4.6 repeating, which is 4 and 2/3, but x is 0, and y, there's the y-intercept. But I would accept these as answers as well, but I at least wanted to remind you that those are just ordered pairs.